No?
over our 3 years. I think at one point so we felt like using the samples from that was okay for our needs.
Sampling, you've got, you say a 3 litre bottle.
Yeah, let me see if I have the full set.
So you just do one vertical with that and then bulk it?
So for this one, we could do more than one vertical.
Okay.
So this works with the nozzle like this. So, you know, until you get into really high flows, you could pretty much do our whole sample and collect it in one bottle.
So you're just watching, it's not full, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you kind of have to know. I mean, there are rules for kind of estimating how quick your transit rate is for how much water you want and what the flow velocity is and that kind of thing. So.
Yep.
And then we also ran a pumping sampler here.
Yep.
And we never had it tied into turbidity at this site. We just came out during storms and ran it, or if we knew a storm was coming, we would come out and program it.
So you'd analyse it the same way?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but it was just point sample on the edge?
What this does, this just takes a point sample, you know, right here.
Yeah, sure.
So then we would have to come out and take the cross-sectional sample, and take point samples in association with it, and do a correction.
Okay.
So then if you had pump samples when you didn't have the cross-sectional ones, you could correct these
Yes, sure.
to what the cross-sectional sample concentration would be.
Right.
Do you find much difference?
Yes. We've got the point samples, which are from the pumping sampler, and then the EWI samples that we collected, and these are over 3 years at this site. So this is not in log scale, so it looks a little more spread out than if it was in a nice pretty log. But when I started working these data up between this and my plot's not quite as pretty for the other site. This is the Trask site that we'll go to next.
Yeah.
But I noticed that up at the high end there seemed to be these two groups of data.
Yeah.
And what I was able to determine was those were seasonal. Our fall samples tend to fall over here, and our winter and spring samples tend to fall over here.
Yeah, you talked about that last week.
And I thought it might be, I actually did a little hysteresis analysis to see if there was, so normally the hysteresis between turbidity and discharge, that was what I was looking at, discharge, goes, turbidity goes higher on the way, it goes like that.
Yep.
So, and I thought I had one storm in the spring that made me think the hysteresis had changed, but it was just like a fluke. Every other spring storm was still going the same direction. But anyway, after I did the complete, so here's the in-log scale, the two different sites, which are really similar.
Yeah, right.
So similar, I haven't done the test yet to prove that they're not statistically different, but I would have guessed that they're not. So then I was like, hey, maybe I should look at the seasonal data. So I came up with, I kind of broke it off right around New Year's was where it seemed like there was some kind of switch between the samples we collected at least. So I have a fall, which is like October through December, and then winter, which is December through March mostly. And I tried to, so I ran some loads using both methods, using the by site and then by season, and they were almost identical. Like almost within the rounding for most of the years.
They freeze up?
Nope.
Oh, don't freeze up.
Nope. We hardly ever get freezing. So here we've got DO, it's a little hard to see in there, optical DO and turbidity, both with wipers on them.
Yeah.
You can see in there.
Oh yeah, quite small diameter.
And then this is the pump system that we came up with for cleaning the turbidity probe because we were getting biofouling in the summertime. And it's just like a little aquarium pump, and the intake is right here. And then it just...
So you're just blowing straight water?
I think every 2 hours just blowing water straight at it.
Just for what, a minute or something?
Yeah, for a minute, every 2 hours, and it seems to have been really effective. Because we were getting fouling within days, cleaning it. It was crazy.
The screening is for keep fish out or
To keep
bigger
leaves
critters?
out. This is a
Leaves.
site where we would
Oh.
also, especially the first flush in the fall, when all the leaves come off the trees, this thing, you would pull it up and it would be like suctioned in, like, and there would just be leaves packed all around.
Okay.